It's gone.
How did it go Monday night as far as just the communication and the process?
I thought the process and the communication was really good. It was fun going through it with everyone, with the guys upstairs, my coaches on the sideline, and also the players. Just being able to talk through everything and go from group to group, depending on what was needed to be talked about. I thought it was really smooth, and the guys being open and just kind of just talking through our next series, what happened on that series, just like you do all the time. It was just cool to be able to bounce from group to group doing the same thing.
Fred Warner described you calling the game as flawless, and then just the combination of you guys talking, and so it seemed like he really anticipated and knew exactly where you were coming from on every play call. Is that kind of the?
Well, I don't think anyone's flawless, but I would say it was good communication throughout the game, and with him as well. And I try and talk to the guys during the week what I'm thinking and why we're doing what we're doing, the reasons behind it, backed up with tape and the plan, and they executed.
During the preseason, Kyle let Clay call the offensive plays. What was that in part so that he could kind of listen in with you? And did you get extra help from him, or at least just input and getting that part of things down at all during the preseason?
Why Kyle
just so that he didn't have to worry about calling the offensive plays, and he could.
Kyle's been great with me this whole time, and like I've said before, it's been really fun in this position to be able to talk a lot with the offensive guys too. And when doing scripts and you're scripting with the offense during training camp, you have to be more connected with them. So I was really talking a lot with Koob, and some with Lombardi and Kyle. But regardless, I think that communication was there. Why he did what he did, I don't know. You could ask him, but I think a lot of it was, Koob's done a great job too. But I've enjoyed learning a lot, just being more connected, like I said, with Koob and with Kyle. And he's always trying to teach you and challenge you, and that's what's been really awesome. Just being here, period, like as a Niner the last 3 years, not just in the last, 6 months.
What are the hallmarks? What are the hallmarks of a Kevin O'Connell offense?
It's very similar to a lot of the things that they did with the Rams. It's been around for a while and it's been really successful. And I think with Sam, that he's a good quarterback, and we've seen that. And I think he brings a lot of those qualities. Obviously, with the pieces he has with Aaron Jones and with Justin Jefferson, he has a lot of those things that, make that offense special, and we've got to be really detailed in what we do.
How much communication do you have with Kyle in game, like on Monday night? Like, how much are you going back and forth?
Oh, in game? No, he's busy. In game.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's totally different.
Okay. Yeah.
Even now, he's really busy. It's just when we can catch moments to, talk about stuff, we try to.
Okay, so in the preseason games, though, you guys, did you...
During the game?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay.
A little. I don't remember it being like a ton.
There was an assumption that after the Jets touchdown drive that you guys made big adjustments or some adjustments after that. Is that the case, or was it more just better execution of what you were doing?
I think it's always a combination of things. There's always something that goes wrong, when people are sustaining drives, whether it's execution or just communication. It's, the league is so detailed. There's always such little things that happen that you might not be able to see, when you're just watching it. But, there was, for whatever reason, it wasn't ever one thing, just like it never is. And yeah, we're always correcting them on the sideline. And the guys did a really good job of responding. I think the best thing about it, in this game, was how our guys played as a group. I think they felt confident. They played fast, and we always hope that shows up on tape, is how hard our guys play and how fast.
I don't know how familiar you are with, Sam Darnold with the Jets, and I realize he wasn't in a wonderful situation there. But, if you can't speak to that and how he looked like, say, last week, do you see wow, he's done this, and this so much better, he's a much better quarterback? Or did you kind of see stuff like he had that potential with the Jets, but, he wasn't in a great situation?
I don't know a ton about the situation, but I do know, which is why he was drafted so high, is how much talent he has. He's a really good athlete. If you watch him throw, he can throw. I think there's always a lot of things that go into, having success. There's so many guys on the team. It's not ever one person. That's why you need all these different pieces. You need guys that can click. You need guys that work together. And he definitely has the talent. He's got the arm strength. He can see things. I think he probably learned a lot too when he came here. As you would in any year, you keep growing, and you could see it on the practice field. I was like, man, he can really throw it. And he would give us good looks in practice and stuff going against him. You can see the talent. You can see how he moves. He's a good athlete as well.
Nick, you guys had a run-heavy game plan Monday night and had a lot of success and dominated the time of possession. And as a result, your D-line, I think, averaged your first teamers like 30 snaps. Was that part of the master plan to kind of play complementary football, try to protect your D-line early in the year?
I mean, I think everyone would love to do that every single week, to play less snaps on defense because you're running the ball like that. I think that's why it's always, teams always talk about it, the whole cliche of, an offense is going to say we want to run the ball and defense is going to say we want to stop the run because it opens up so many things and you can control the game. And I think anyone would like to say that they could run it and play, 50 some snaps on defense. And, that was how it worked out, and it was great.
You talked about needing to correct some things in the run game in training camp, and the Jets clearly went after you guys in that regard, and it wasn't that successful for them. What did you think, especially of your front with Malik and Javon?
I'm really pleased with those guys. I mean, they've been practicing awesome. You saw how explosive and how, strong and powerful they were. That was on full display. The stuff that we've been talking about, these guys, and our offense is tough. That's why a lot of times I said I would come out to practice and not feel so great about it. But our offense is really good too. So we grew a lot by going against a really good offense every day for, the entirety of training camp. And sometimes that could be humbling, but it's good. I used to like those days when we got our butts kicked. One time you guys said that we, had such a big day and it was like however many picks. And I was like, it didn't feel like it out there because, they had success too. Well, that's the truth. And that's how you grow. And I kind of like it when it had some back and forth because if they didn't make it hard for us, how are we going to get better? You don't feel good if you're I don't feel good when I beat my sons in ping-pong when they were 5 years old, 21-3. Like some people might, I don't. I want to play someone that's a challenger. I'm not going to get any better. So that's the truth. I used to crush them.
Glad to have that on record.
Yeah. I don't know. It's ask.
How did they get 3
Are they-
Yeah, they get 3. That's the question.
Is it close?
What's that?
Try to
I don't
get
think
3.
they got at 5. No, they didn't get 3.
Okay.
And I never let them win. So
Is it closer
my
now?
dad never let me win. So if I ever beat him, I knew it was real. So I do the same thing with my kids.
Closer now.
Closer now. They beat me at chess, but they play a lot of chess. But ping pong, they've never beat me ever.
Are you a chess player?
This, with Donald and Jefferson, but what's kind of been the focal point of practice this week in trying to prepare the defense to, go up against the Vikings on the road?
Yeah, I mean, those are the guys we have to stop, along with Aaron Jones. He's a heck of a runner. We had trouble with him last year. He's had a lot of success. He's a tough runner. He can move. He's slippery. I think the thing about him is how he can slash, but he is I have a ton of respect with how he runs the ball. He's not a big guy, but he runs big and he finishes runs and he's tough. And, it's a big challenge for us. It's not just Justin Jefferson because he's an excellent receiver too, who plays tough as well. I think they have a lot of pieces that do fit this offensive scheme and a lot of respect for, how they play their game and, this offense that they're well coached.
Flanagan Fowles has been
two
a
more
guy
guys.
that's been
Say that again from the start.
Flanagan Fowles has been a guy
Oh,
that's
Flanagan.
watched a lot of Fred and Dre over the last couple of years.
Mhm.
Now he's stepping into a more prominent role with Dre. How did you think he did, and what does he bring to the table for you?
Flan's done awesome. He's progressed so much over the years, and the cool thing about Flan is, like you said, he's had great examples. Even when Aziz was here, but with Dre and with Fred, these guys are two of the best in the game. And with them, it's not just so much how good they are; it's that they make themselves good by doing it really well and working really hard every single day. So when you get in that room, it's always been a really good room, along with Johnny Holland coaching them. And over these years, you can't not get better. And when you're in it for a few years, like Flan and like Curtis has been, like you just continue to get better. And like how you saw D. Winters get, improve as well. But really proud of Flan. We're glad he's on our team. It was cool to see him get a pick like that. But he's continually gotten better over these years.
Nick, how do you see the pros and cons of having somebody like Mooney travel with Justin Jefferson on a line?
There's pros and cons to everything. We feel great about all our corners. Love Mooney. I think Mooney's he's top notch. He's one of the top tier corners in the game.
Do you have any other parenting trends that carry over to your coaching?
Oh no, I don't know how that went to ping pong. It was going against our offense. Yeah.
How
I don't
old
know.
are your children now that you still destroy?
They're 12 and 13. Started Nash. Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.